Hey, friends, it's so nice to see you. It's Thursday. That means it's time for our Tarot Topics weekly newsletter recap. It's also February 1st, first day of a new month, the second month of a new year. And as some of you in the comments have pointed out, and it makes me happy, thank you, Ness. I specifically saw that you did. We are in the time of Imbolc, Midwinter, Candlemas, St. Bridget's Day, Breed, whatever you want to call this. I often call it the holiday of many names because, well, it has many names. And in the secular Western world, it's Groundhog Day, which is tomorrow. But the reason Groundhog Day exists is because of the cross quarter day between the winter solstice and the vernal equinox, which is now. And it is one of my favorite holidays. I will celebrate it. Quietly, but I'll probably make a video about it for the members. I'll probably do that later today. So members, look for that. I owe you some perks, so I'll try to take care of you this month and going forward. I am so happy to see all of you here today. Of course, my name is Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother, and on Thursdays, we like to come on here and talk about the weekly newsletter. If you don't get the weekly newsletter in your inbox, there is a link right in the description to go subscribe and read the newsletter. It's on my website. If you don't feel like having it in your in your inbox, you can just hop on over to my website every Wednesday and read it there. So this week, this was my first attempt at trying to do like a fuller newsletter after StarCon. And I called it Coming Up for Air because that's what it was feeling like for me. In the weeks prior to StarCon and then in the week after, it was just so much to do, so much to do, so much to do. And there still is a lot to do. We're planning StarCon 5. We're getting the Afterglow going. And there are Afterglow sessions starting in the lounges starting this Saturday. So if you are a ticket holder at any level, we've got 2 events in the lounges this coming Saturday. There's one on Sunday with Benabel Wen. There's one on Tuesday with Lady Lenormand. They are coming up. I'll go ahead and post that in the community thread here. And of course, it is also in the StarCon community Facebook group as well as Onyx Sullivan's itself. So that's what we got going on there. Coming up for air. For me, when I use that expression, it's always like, okay, I've got all kinds of things going on, but I can take a break. So I looked up the expression and I've read way more into it than that. People use it to simply mean a pause. But I think one of the reasons I read so much into it is that anything that talks about the element of air for me is going to be really sacred, right? You know, like my entire spiritual life revolves around the 4 elements, earth, air, fire, and water. And so I started to look at, well, coming up for air, if I need air, what is that? It's clear thought, it's logic, it's integrity. It's that ability to take a break and think and not let the feelings drive the bus, but let logic drive the bus. And in the newsletter, of course, I talk about the 6 of Swords, which I think is the air card in tarot that most clearly talks about that process. So today, and your tarot scopes will be up really soon. IT John is in the other room right now working on them for you. I mean, I do the readings, obviously, but he does the tech behind it. So they'll be coming up here on YouTube and also on TikTok really soon. All right, so I think we're going to go over to Card Cam. We will do a reading for the collective for the month of February, and then we will get to your questions. It's a broad scope. We can talk about pauses in your life. We can talk about overwhelm in your life. We can talk about anything having to do with the air element, looking for clarity, wondering if something is true or not true, wondering how to feed your intellect and your curiosity. Any of those kinds of questions will work. Let's go on over to card cam. Nope, I missed that one. Let's try this again. Haha, got it. All right. And you can see I am working with my Pocket Light Sears Tarot today. I will start sharing some more fanciful decks in the next few weeks. As part of my coming up for air, I'm really right now sticking to the easiest decks that I have. And what is an easy deck for me? A deck I don't have to think about. That's really what it is. All right. Oh, Horse Van Dam, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for liking the background. It does work for the Tarot Fairy Godmother, but I actually chose it for the holiday because Breed's colors are blue and gold. So that's what it is. Joyous Ocean, good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being here. Happy in bulk to you as well. All right. So let's get going. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm looking at the comments, but the first thing I'm going to do is talk about the month of February. And since here we are, it is the month of February. What do we as a collective need to know about this month? We should try to stay with the Five of Swords reversed, the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and the Chariot reversed. Oh, how lovely is that? So this could be a tough month for a lot of people for a lot of reasons. We need to lean in not only to our self-care, but our care of one another. We need to check in with one another. We need to work as a team whenever possible, and we need to not be thwarted as we try to move forward. So this may not be the easiest month, but we have some tools to get through it. Now, for the holiday, for this time, you know, one of the reasons I love this holiday is it is a holiday that celebrates the beginning of spring at the beginning of February. And I mean, we're having a cold front in Florida right now. I don't know if you saw the OMG It's Wicks video, but yeah, ain't none of us down here okay. But when I was up north, of course, I was much less okay because February, man, you're in it. You're in the snow and the slush and all of that. And yet, there is this celebration of the coming spring. And the goddess Breed, so beloved by her people was she that she became a Catholic saint, Saint Bridget. She is the triple goddess of smithcraft, healing, and poetry. And so I always thought about that as healing through creativity. This is a fire ceremony. She's a fire goddess. Maybe I identify with her so much because she has big red hair, and in the day I also had big red hair. I still have big hair that remembers that it was red, sort of. So, you know, maybe I have this identification with her for that reason. But let's just get a collective message from Breed for how we can use our fire energy to transform us by not being afraid to look at the future and look at our possibilities. Do not fear the future. Do not fear your possibilities. Are there scary things going on in the world? Of course. But be positive as you look towards your future. And how can we use creativity for healing? By changing the way we think and open ourselves up to new ways of thinking and listen to new ideas. So there's that. All right. All right. Justine's like, yeah, that sums it all up. Okay, yeah, I see you. I see you. And it was so good to see you at StarCon as well. All right, let's get to the questions. Mix you here. Michelle, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. When am I going to be able to come up for air? I'm unhappy at work, not paid nearly enough to feel anxious constantly, distressingly single, and my chronic pain has been worse, way worse over the last month. All right. And then you come back and say, sorry for being a Debbie Downer. You're not. And I want everyone to understand we're really working to create a safe space for people to say what's going on with them. And there's nothing to apologize for there. Now, if every time I come live, there's a person who is complain over and over and over and over again for a long period of time, yeah, we might have an issue with that. But Michelle, that's never you, and that's really never anyone who's here. So y'all, this is a safe place. It's a safe place to vent. It's a safe place to tell us how you're doing. And I'm sorry that how you're doing is not the most amazing right now. Let's figure it out. Okay, so we've got the work thing, first of all. And yeah, it's good to have a job. Oh, Michelle, sending good energy to everyone. I think a lot of folks are struggling right now. That's true. That's true. The job is a problem. I do think you're probably going to need a new job. And I think you can look for it over time, and you may be able to do some networking that will help you find it. It's not urgent. This is not, I need to urgently find a job. It's, I need to know I'm not going to be having to deal with this forever. That's what it is. That's what it is. I need to know I'm not going to be having to deal with this forever. And so sometimes we have to have hope even when we don't know what the hopeful thing is. And for you, I think the hopeful thing is a new job, and that's legit. And I know maybe it took you a long time to find a job, or it doesn't feel like it's easy to find a job. And in the past, it may not have been. But before too long, I think you'll have a new job, and that will help. Now, the distressingly single part, I understand that. I am lucky enough that that is not my issue, but I know so many really decent people who have this problem, and it's hard to understand why it happens. And the answer to this is to not let it be a source of internal conflict. And again, to have hope. Like what I'm asking you to do, or what the cards are asking you to do today, Michelle, is to have hope even if we don't know exactly what we're hoping for or where the hope's going to come from. That's the thing about hope. It can be amorphous. And when we look at the physical piece, the chronic pain, piece, I'm going to say, that's a vicious cycle, like which causes which. But I'm going to say that a certain amount of loneliness, upset, and anxiety at work is making the chronic pain worse. And that's hard. It may be that there may be some modalities that could help in the short term. But I think in the long term, as you find the situation changing, you will find yourself feeling better. So hang in there. There are fixes here. Oh, and Justine, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. And thanks for your kind words there. Okay. 64 Amy Penn. This is smart. I love this. Sometimes you have to take the time to breathe. What am I holding in? Sorrow, sadness, depression, worry, upset, probably related to family stuff. And, you're doing a good job finding opportunities, working the opportunities, moving forward, doing what you need to do, but you're still sitting on a lot of worry, sorrow, and grief, which I'm going to argue is stuff you can't do anything about right now anyway. So I'm going to say, maybe that's okay. Maybe it's okay not to keep grief within you, but to recognize that there are some things here that are out of your power. All you can do is hope for the best and send good energy. And there it is. Okay, Lisa Harmon, first person to mention in bulk. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. What am I holding in and how do I release it? That looks like a 2-card spread to me. What am I holding in and how do you release it? I think what you're holding in is sort of the worry. Like, I mean, you've been through health issues, you've been through family issues, you've been through a lot. And things have been going pretty well recently, but there is like you're trained to wait for the other shoe to drop. And so I think we have to recognize that, we all got shoes that are going to drop on us at some point, right? But for right now, you're good. And maybe the thing you need to do is imagine all the good things. Imagine know all the good things that are, and imagine all the good things that can be. Again, the message is hope. I'm feeling like there's an overarching community message for us right here, which is about being hopeful. Smile Soul 20, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Barbie Bird, I'm so happy to see you. Thanks for being a member. Madiha Ness, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Oh, Baby Cakes, thank you for your kind words. So appreciate that. Baby Cakes, great to see you. Bella Luna, great to see you. Julie is the next question that I'm seeing. Any advice for me regarding today's topic? Sure. So we're going to talk about embracing the element of air. And so we're going to say, in what way do you need to embrace the element of air at this time? To be able to discern whatever you are thinking about doing or not doing, or should I or shouldn't I, whatever you're thinking about in that regard, you need to be able to discern what is an appropriate risk and what is a risk you do not need to take. So I'm going to say, really thinking about your relationship to risk. Successful people are willing to be bold and take some risks, but we don't want to take inappropriate risks. So I think that's the thing you want to look at. And Ness, good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. We had a huge tower moment 3 weeks ago. Still can't get over it. When will things get better? And how can I make things get better? I'm so sorry. It's so hard. It's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute. And honestly, I don't know that it's your power to make things better. I think what you can do is make sure you're not bringing old triggers here. Make sure this is not about old triggers. And you have to work, I don't think you can make the whole thing better. I think you have to work at finding your balance and finding your joy in your heart, because this whole thing has taken that away temporarily. So finding your balance, finding your joy, and stop feeling guilty and responsible for this. You're not. And that will help the energy change. I promise. Hey, Ben Lieber does tarot. So great to see you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. It was so great to have you at StarCon. I've recently put my tarot website on pause to take the pressure off while I figure out next steps. What can I do to regain the focus I need to make it a success? Dude, if you wait for that, it's never going to happen. This card is coming up. This is stalking us as a group today. This Two of Wands reversed. But I can tell you from my own personal experience, and I can tell you from this card, that this isn't the thing. This isn't what you want. It's fine to say, okay, I'm not going to do anything on my website right this minute. I'm going to take a couple weeks off. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're looking for some energy, some focus that sometimes we have. And when we have it, we're delighted. And when we have that energy that, and all of you who are creative, who are entrepreneurial, you know what I'm talking about. You have that moment where you're like, man, I am so on this. I am rocking and rolling and I'm here. And that feels good when it happens. But in my experience, it is so freaking rare. We have to celebrate it when it's there, but we can't wait for it. And so the thing is, take a break. I mean, you just did international travel. You just did a whole bunch of things. Take a break. Come back to your life. Oh, there's that evil Page of Cups there. But for you, we're going to say, and you tried to sell me on this. You did a good job, right? It's not really evil at all. Open your heart, consider the possibilities, and recognize that a lot of this is about your relationship with yourself and the ways in which you do and do not believe in yourself. And, prior to meeting you in person, I didn't ever want to let you get away with that. Now that I've met you in person, no. I was looking for my Tarot Fairy Godmother wand here. Here it is. Here it freaking is. Yes, I will not allow you to get away with not holding yourself in the highest love and esteem and recognizing whatever level of focus you have, it's enough. Don't feel like doing it right now. Don't have to do it right now. But don't be waiting for some mythical thing to come. Recognize the power you have has been with you all along. That was fun. All right. And again, Ness, thank you for wishing me happy in bulk. Yours was the first one I saw. Barbie Bird, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Similar to Michelle, I'm feeling a little down, finding it hard to remain positive and hopeful that things will fall into place. Relationships, work, life purpose. For me, and struggling with body issues. In what area of life do you see positive change coming my way? Where will I catch a break? So it's a lot. I get it. I got it. Oh, yes. This wand is now with me. I received not one, but 2 Tarot Fairy Godmother wands at StarCon. This one. And one that lights up. And the one that lights up was like fabulous for our opening ceremony. But I think the simple one is the best for here. So, it can just sit here for a while. There you go. There we go. Okay, Barbie Bird, it's a lot. Yes. Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to look at all the things. Relationships, well, it looks to me like you have said to the universe, yeah, and maybe said to individuals as well, yeah, I do not want to accept this. I need better than this. And you might be getting some pushback and you might be getting some nothing, but hold tight because nature abhors a vacuum. You refuse what isn't serving and eventually what is serving will come in. That requires patience. It's not easy. Work. I shuffled. Same card, man. You need a vacation. You are tired and you are really feeling it. Work is hard, man. But you know what? Let's not judge. I don't know if work itself is really bad or if it's just everything is this way right now, as it seems to be for a lot of people. So, again, be patient and try to take it lightly and look for change. Life purpose, just that little thing. I feel like you're in the process of growth, like you're in the middle, Man, the last time I was on here live, I was talking about that dang Jimmy Eat World song, which, by the way, was the song that got me to start doing If Song Lyrics Were a Tarot Reading on TikTok, because it's such a brilliant thing that when we're in the middle of it, you can't judge because it takes time. And so I'm really, I know it feels like this is just always going to be this way, but it's not. Now, the body issues, that's hard. That's really, really hard. And what I'm saying here is you've got to give yourself love and you've got to give yourself grace and you've got to work with the people who can help you with this. You know the song, Barbie Bird. Listen to that song at least once a day until you feel better. There's your prescription. Seriously. Seriously. Where will you catch a break? The break starts when you give yourself one. And you haven't been taught that. Like, I think a lot of this is you are growing against your training. I feel like you were never taught to give yourself a break. But the break starts the minute you give yourself a break. And over time, as you unpack whatever messaging you received, which suggested that you need to be, I don't know, superhuman or something. I think as soon as you release that, things will start to get better. Yeah, I get that, Barbie. You're in the thick of it. And I know how hard that is. And there is no clear relief that's coming immediately. But the relief that will come over time, I think will be pretty permanent. So hang in there, seriously. All right. Liz Harrison, good to see you. Thanks for being a member. My event has actually been with emerging information that my outside family, siblings and parents, for the first time are in major discord and it seems to be falling apart. I'm mostly removed but in shock watching everyone in such turmoil with each day. The perfect family is falling apart and it's sad to watch. That's so hard, so hard, so hard. Any advice for how I navigate this situation? What's going to happen as a result? And thanks for using members only emojis. And I get, man, that's tough. That is really, really tough. 1 second, Liz. Barbie Bird. Vacation, music, patience. Yep, there it is. There it is. That'll work, though. It'll do it. It will. Okay. So, what's going on in your family right now is painful and is hard and is a reckoning. Because the perfect family presented as perfect because there were some people who were doing a lot more of the work than others. And there were some people who were keeping their mouths shut about things they did not like, and that seems to be changing. So there's a changing energy here, and it feels really bad. And it feels like some things have happened as well, to help create this. And those things are upsetting. I don't know if it's a well-being issue or, there's an issue that sort of created all of this, but it's the kind of issue that never brings out the best in people, that we don't necessarily get training for. And so what we're seeing is everybody not on their best behavior. And it's hard. Now, it will come back around. Everything will be okay in the long run. Your family will come back together and will be fine. Your estimation originally of your family as a perfect family, not that far off really, because I think your family has enough love and wisdom and intelligence to survive this and come back together. And so you want to think about that. What is your role here right now? Stay the heck out of it. Stay out of it, stay out of it, stay out of it. And I have a feeling different family members are going to try to bring you in, to ask for help, to ask for perspective, to ask for you to take a side or whatever. And I don't think you should. I think you have to stay out of it because it's not really about you. It only involves you because there are people that you're related to. Now, if there's a person there who needs help, who needs someone to help them with something, your hands are pretty full. I think there's other family members more available. But if you are available and want to help, fine. But stay away from the drama, back away from the drama. Seriously, seriously, seriously. And what's going to happen as a result? There will be changes. There will be people who do things differently. There will be new conversations. I think ultimately this is growth. And I think some people will choose to grow and some people won't. And so there may be some rifts that were not there before, but that's okay. That's okay. So we may not have the same family unity that we did before, but we will have some growth and the family will ultimately be fine and functional. Maybe not as it was before, but honestly, maybe better because it'll be more honest. All right. Liz, spot on. Gotcha. So sorry. I know it's hard. I know. Jeannie Mnuchin, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm in a period of pause. I'm consciously waiting for what is next and unclear how to proceed. Does the universe have any guidance about what to focus on? Will any information come in about money I am owed or opportunities? I'm in such a limbo. All right. All right. Focus on the work you want to do. There is more clarity coming. Money that you are owed will come to you. New opportunities. Some of those opportunities are opportunities you're thinking about and making and creating. And one of the problems is you're looking for community to be enthusiastic. And that's the thing. We need enthusiastic community. So where do we get that? How does that come in? And the answer is, it's already starting. You can't see it because it's a slow trickle. But it is already starting. And so patience and perseverance is the key. That's the thing. All right. Justine, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Glad you are here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for being at StarCon. I'm still carrying the burden from last year. It's still so heavy. I never have time or circumstances to do anything I love anymore, which makes me feel dead inside. I'm at a standstill with my tarot practice and things are progressing at an alarmingly slow rate. Will I ever have the time, the spaciousness, or the circumstance to do the things I love and enjoy again? Is this all I'll ever know for the rest of my life? You could choose that, I suppose. Depression is at an all-time high. This situation continues to linger in the shadows of my life. By all appearances, everything looks fine on the outside, but I'm still struggling. And it's painful. And so I totally get that. And I can see it. And the thing is, you're struggling, but you're not losing the struggle. You're feeling it. And what you're looking for is a real solution. You're looking for real healing, real solutions. These things take time. What do we see happening here? Honestly, I think you will get some new ideas, some new help, and some new healing. I think it's going to be okay. I really do. What do you need to do right now? I think you have to be careful about your self-talk. I think, in your own head, you can create. It's not even that you're creating circumstances because you're dealing with some very real circumstances, but those circumstances will really start to loom large. I would say even in very small ways, listen to music that you enjoy. Call a friend, do really small, simple things, little steps. And I think, at first it's going to feel like no one is really understanding and no one's helping. But there will be help, there will be understanding, and there will be fixes. It will happen. All right. Living Life Path 5, good to see you. Martha E. Vink, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. We appreciate you. I'm so exhausted. I need to get rest of every kind, regroup, then come up for air. Any advice? Well, and it's understandable that you would be so. And I know we're like in winter, which is really hard. Taking time. I mean, I know you've been looking at planning your sabbatical. I think that is a really smart thing. And taking time in the meanwhile is really necessary. As much as possible in the winter and Northeast, try to enjoy nature, try to enjoy the things that are beautiful for you. And, you know, I recognize because of what your job is and because of what has happened in your family recently, there is a sense of really having to bear the weight of all the things. But you're not Jesus. You serve Jesus, but you're not Jesus. And so it's not yours to have to bear all the weight all the time. And I think there's something there that could be helpful for you to know there. So being kind to yourself, I think, is number one on the list. All right. Okay. Teresa, good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for using members only emojis. What is the best strategy to power through my master's degree and enjoy the experience rather than getting stressed out and overwhelmed? Well, if I knew the answer to that, I could write a book for students and make $1 million because every student needs that. I remember living in New Haven, watching the Yale students come in as freshmen, all fresh and beautiful. And by Christmas break, they were like, not fresh and beautiful anymore. Oh my gosh. All right, let's take a look. What is the best strategy to power through my master's degree and enjoy the experience rather than getting stressed and overwhelmed? Number one, know that you can do it. I think you have some imposter syndrome where you're not sure if do you deserve this? Can you do this? Is this for you? Heck yeah, it is. The wand is coming out. This is for you. This is yours. If you can know that and believe that and understand this, it will be so much easier because it is self-doubt that causes the overwhelm. I will guarantee that. You know, there's always going to be times when you have too much homework or you've procrastinated on a paper or you have a professor who's a jerk. That's always going to happen. But if you approach that with power and with your understanding that this is your journey, ain't nothing going to get in your way, my friend. Oh, Martha, you do have time off in a couple of weeks in sabbatical this summer. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, Vaishali, good to see you. I've been working on myself and also preparing for my upcoming exams. I want to know if I am doing enough hard work and what advice for me during this period. All right, here we go. Here we go. Are you doing enough hard work? I think you are doing as much hard work as a person possibly could. Yes, I think you're doing enough hard work. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. What advice for you during this period? Right now, be strong, be patient, be prepared, and know this is only for a period of time. It's not always going to be like this. Hey, Rosemary, good to see you. Teresa, good. Glad that works. Excellent, Justine. I am looking for the pictures. Shoot me a text. You can share them with me on Dropbox or in Teams. It should be easy. So shoot me a text. We'll get them. I can't wait. Thank you so much. Okay. Yes, Rosemary. I don't know what happens, why the membership drops when it drops, but we know you and love you. Oh, and Baby Cakes, thank you so much for your kind words. Oh, going to a dating mixer, Michelle. Can we just pull a card for Michelle about her dating mix, about their dating mixer? Can we just do that? Okay. Michelle. Go to this dating mixer, and you said it's 44, and here's a 4. Yeah. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. Go to this mixer, have fun. You will certainly make friends or see friends, maybe something more. This will be good for you. Yeah, Justine, let me know if you need help. I think there's a whole folder called Justine on Teams. So you can just pop it right in there if you want. Okay. Claire C., so good to see you. It was so great to see you at StarCon. Thank you so much for being there. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. My niece is overwhelmed with family and work concerns. What is the best way for her to get some self-care in her busy schedule? To treat herself with love, and I'm wondering about her love life specifically, what's going on in her relationship life, and is there a way that that's helpful or not helpful? You know, I have questions there. So the key really, I think, and you might be able to give her some good auntie advice here, the key is she is all tied up in what she believes she must do, what she believes she should do. And I think the musts and the shoulds aren't really necessarily all of them musts and shoulds. So she's putting more pressure on herself than she needs to. That's what I think. All right. Lisa E., so good to see you. It was so good to see you at StarCon. Thanks for being here. Here's a card for you. You didn't ask a question. So we're going to talk about how to best use the element of air for you today. And that is about being logical as you think about your relationships and your future. Recognizing that logic and emotion are not necessarily diametrically opposed. That is, be willing to try new things, be open to new people, and be willing to have some fun. Oh, Claire, yes, I agree. Okay, very good. Very good. Joyous Ocean. Joyous Ocean, of course, is Dion C. Monsanto. We really enjoyed her at StarCon. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. You have a wand, too. There you go. There you go. Okay. Hang on, just scrolling through. And Teresa, you have been a member at the stars level for 25 months. Thank you so much for that, and happy in bulk to you as well. Were you ever, Teresa, did you ever come to Sylvan Lodge, my home in the Poconos, for an in-bulk ceremony? We did a couple there over time. Were you at any of those? So fun. All right, Joyce Ocean. When I think of air in my life right now, I think of words and thought. I'm using fire to burn away what no longer serves me, and my female ancestors want more time with me. Fire needs air too. I love that. How can I use my words to grow and heal without offending others? My question is, should that really be your goal? I mean, sometimes people need to be offended. I'm sorry. Did I just say that? I'm turning into such an old biddy. Oh my gosh. So, okay, let's see. How can I use my words to grow and heal without offending others? Let's see what the cards say, really. Yeah, I'm not sure you can. I think, here's what you do. Be conscious of kindness. You want to be kind. It is possible to be kind and offensive at the same time. And sometimes you have to speak the full truth, and not everybody's ready to hear the full truth. So do it kindly, but don't be afraid to do it. I thought so, Teresa. I thought so. I thought you were there. Joyous Ocean, we're talking about your mom and your sister. And, okay, here's the truth, and I'm going to tell you. I mean, no disrespect to your family. Every one of us has generational trauma. Every one of us has ancestral issues. Every one of us. But your mother and your sister have not done their work, and they don't know how to do their work, and they won't do their work, and they take it out on you. You should make a habit of offending your mother and sister daily. Well, I don't know if that's really true. Not intentionally, but goodness gracious, man, you can't make yourself small because they're afraid. You can't. They are, and specifically your mother, is sort of one of the architects of the things that have tried to make you small. And you don't want to be small, and you're not small anymore. So that's what I have to say about that. You are super kind. And, you know, families are the hardest to have boundaries with, but those are the ones that need boundaries. And right now you're going above and beyond for some family members. Right, they do no work, zilch, none. Exactly, and you do all the work. All of it. All of it. So take pride in the work that you are doing and what you have become despite that energy. Yes, work with the female ancestors. Yes. Okay. Now, how do I breathe life into myself, relationships, and business? And thank you for using members-only emojis. So that looks like a 3-card spread. Okay. How do I breathe life into myself by not letting your mother make you small? Relationships by not trying to nurture relationships with people who don't treat you well. And business, I think you're doing it with business. You're doing it. So basically, don't let the negativity of people you share blood with keep you from your good path, because you are on a very good path. Yes, and your niece is with you, and she is doing the work. So yes, so you win here, and there it is. Christine, Lisa, Strategic, and Woo, good to see you. Thanks for being at StarCon. I love the magic wand as a truth stick. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. Okay. Baby Cakes, good to see you. I feel like I'm going against the wind in recent months. I know. I'm wondering if I should go abroad, learn more Spanish, while still being on the lookout for a job. I had the best intentions, but it's not happening fast enough. Do I stick to my guns looking for the unicorn job or do I settle for whatever? Do I use this time to go abroad and learn more Spanish and take a breather? That is a 3-card reading. And I love this, Baby Cakes, because I know how hard this has been for you, and I know how hard you've been trying. I know how hard you've been working. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. In the way that I see things. We've never met in person, I don't think. Have we ever met in person? I don't think we have. One day, perhaps we shall remedy that. Anyway, so what I love here is that you're like, man, this has been so hard, so overwhelming, but you still have options. I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. It's always good to keep options. So let's see which option is best. Okay. Look for the unicorn job. Take whatever job that comes, or decide it's time to go abroad, learn Spanish, and wait. I don't love it. Excuse me, I don't love any of these. Is there like a 4th option? This is hard. This is really hard. What are we missing here? What are we missing? What the heck? Is there within you, baby cake, some part of you that does not see your own success, that does not believe in your own success? Is there something that was successful that got taken away from you in the past that you're still feeling? Like, I think there's something about your relationship with the energy of success that could use some hope and some healing. So now let's play it this way. If you stick around and look for the unicorn job, what will happen? If you look for it, you will eventually find it. How long will that take? It could take another 3 months. If you did that, how would that be? It would be okay. It would be okay. The unicorn job may not be delightful, but it would be okay. If you just take whatever comes along and settles, interestingly, same card. Because even that could, so here's what we got to do. This is not looking for the unicorn job or looking for the job you're going to settle with, because even the job you're going to settle with could lead to the unicorn job. So change your mind shift on the way you're looking at jobs. That could help. Now, what about going abroad for a while? If you can do it in a way that does not hurt you financially or emotionally, then do it. And if you can do it to learn, that does make sense. But between staying here and figuring out a job situation and going abroad right now, I think it's a little better to stay here and figure out the job situation, recognizing that you may not be looking for the unicorn job. You may be looking for the tiny little horse job that will grow into a unicorn. Something like that. All right. Oh, Joyous Ocean, good. You loved all of that so much. Good, because I was harsh and I didn't want to be harsh. And good, good. Glad that landed how I wanted it to. Okay. Next question. Next question. Rosemarie, so good to see you. You don't have a specific question, so we're just going to talk about your relationship with the energy and element of air right now. Oh, Rosemarie, things are going to start to come together for you. Not as quickly as you would like, but you are moving forward, and you're moving forward by focusing on practical solutions, and that is going to help you, and it's going to take you where you want to go. DH, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being at StarCon. What does the universe want me to know? And specific to this energy of working with the air element, that there are ways that you have been sort of building, cocooning, growing, doing a lot of internal work recently, and that's going to really start to spring forward. You are going from internal to external. You're going to be taking the things that you've learned and the things that you've developed and figured out, and you're going to be sharing them in certain ways, and that's going to be great. All right. All right, so from my perspective, I have come to the end of the questions. Now, Christine, I know you're here. Do you have a question? Did I miss it? Who's here and hasn't asked a question? Whose question did I miss? It is last call for readings, you all. So if you happen to be local, of course, we have our meetup in Palm City at Panera this coming Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern. I hope you can join us. Next Wednesday, we have Global Tarot Circle. By then, I will have new events up for us on YouTube. And so here is where I'm kind of remiss. Over the course of time, y'all are always like, oh, that would be a great class. We should do a class on this. We should do a class on that. And I'm like, yeah, we will. And I think I'm going to remember, and I don't. So while I am looking for other questions, does anyone want to chat in a particular free class that they would like me to teach on this channel in the next month or two? Go ahead and chat that in. Meanwhile, Baby cakes. I like tiny little horses. Thank you so much for that in-depth reading. It would be wonderful to meet you one day. So IT John and I are looking at the possibility of coming up north this summer, maybe. So maybe that would happen then. Okay. Christine Leeser, Strategic and Woo. And Christine, are you still doing your Friday Night Lives on YouTube? Drop us some information about what you got on your channel. If y'all are not following Christine Leeser, Strategic and Woo, you should be. Will the work I did this morning, which led to some interesting ideas, be fruitful? Yes, the ideas are great. You have to oh, sorry. Here we are. The ideas are great. You have to follow through. And I think sometimes you get caught in the follow through. So as long as you do the follow through, it's really good. It's really good. Oh, Rosemarie, I will look forward to that. So friends, anyone else? And any thoughts on what classes you would like to teach? Oh, Martha, you know if I'm coming north, I'm seeing you. You know that. That's going to happen. So, I'm going to give you just a few minutes. Someone give me a good class idea. Anything? Last call for readings, y'all. Here we are. And I will let you know I am back to my full schedule of readings. There is a link right in the description to book a reading with me, so do consider that. And we will have our announcements about StarCon 5 coming up really, really soon. Joyous Ocean, New York City. I would definitely come to New York City if we can work it out. I used to all the time. I have a place to stay. Well then, if that's the case, I'll be there. Thank you. All right. Well, haven't gotten any class ideas, but I have gotten travel ideas, and that's almost as good. No problem. I will come up with some great classes for us. Look for them coming up. And if you have any ideas, shoot me an email, DM me, whatever. I want to thank you all so much. I want to thank you for your support. I want to thank you for being here today. Special thanks to the members, the moderators, and to all of you for being such an important part of this community. I really, really appreciate you. Tomorrow, I will be back with your Friday weekly wrap-up, but it's going to be late. I had to honor a client request, so it probably will not be until about 1. Look for that to go up tomorrow morning, but I will be back tomorrow. Thank you so much, and take good care.